We're going to make a salt snake today. So what you'll need is a spoon, cup of water, any kind of watercolors, a brush, any kind of brush, preferably something small, a pencil so that you can draw your picture before you paint it, glue in a bottle, it has to be in a bottle, salt, any kind of small salt, a piece of paper, a little bit heavier is better, but if all you have is regular paper, it's fine, and a tray, because we're going to draw our picture with pencil. Then we're going to trace it with glue. Then we are going to sprinkle salt on it, like how you would sprinkle glitter. And then you're going to paint the salt. So let's do it. So what we're going to do first, okay, we're going to draw a big S on this paper. You would want to use a pencil, but I want you to see it on the screen, so I'm using a marker. I'm going to leave a lot of room around my S, but still make a big one. Now I'm going to draw another S. But it's going to follow the other S. Then I'm going to make a half circle at the top and a half circle at the bottom. Then I'm going to draw a W. I'm going to open my bottle of glue. I'm going to trace all the lines I just made with the glue. And you don't have to be on the paper. You can be a little bit above the paper. And it'll kind of just follow you wherever you want it to go. Kind of fill in the tongue because it's a little bit hard to do the outline. Then if you want, you can do like a pattern. So I'm just making squiggles. You could draw it first if you want to draw it first so that you can follow it. Just depends on how you feel about it. Okay. If you want it to be like a rattlesnake, you could do like some zigzags, a couple lines. Have that come out. Okay. Now, I'm going to take your tray. Just snake in the tray. Don't want to skip the tray because that is going to stop you from making a big giant mess. So now you're opening up your salt, and you can just pour it, but it might be a good idea to put it into a spoon first and kind of more carefully salt. So you kind of want it to cover it just like what you would do with glitter, only it's not so messy as glitter. Much easier to clean up and sparkles a lot. So I'm going to put a little, and then I'm going to move it around a little bit on my paper so that I'm using that same amount of salt, so I'm not really wasting too much. I just keep pouring it on my spoon carefully, because I know sometimes it can come out real fast out of that salt thing. And then, what are you going to do? You're going to waste a whole bunch of salt whenever you could have been doing more projects with it or eating it. Whatever. Okay, and then you want to shake it all off into the tray. And then you have something real pretty already. Like it already looks like it's covered in beautiful snow. But we're going to make it colorful and sparkly and beautiful. So now, make sure you don't have any salt. Then you can take the tray, put that salt into the garbage. You don't need a spoon. And now you are done with the glue. Close your glue up. Now, you can paint it. So, You can paint in between, of course, but whenever you paint salt, it will spread. If I paint some orange, then I paint some red, you can mix it with the other colors. See how whenever I'm just touching it. And you don't want to do too much to it because it's still wet. Go. You can also paint, like if you want to paint the inside, you can. But you really don't want to touch like the sides, so you could also wait till tomorrow and let it dry and then go back in with this. Because that might work out better for you. Because if you start getting it mushing around with that glue too much, it's not going to end well. So I would recommend you wait till the next day to paint anything else that you wanted to on here. I'm going to go with a rainbow snake. So red, orange, yellow, green, blue, You don't want to use too much water either, because if you use too much water, you're going to start making the salt look funny. Notice here, see, the snake's tongue is starting to like kind of lose its shape a little. I put a little too much water there. So with watercolors, you want to be careful. You want just a little bit of water in there. You don't want it like all super, super wet. See, I did it again. That was too much water on the end there, but it's okay. So now what you want to do is put it someplace to dry, maybe someplace a warmer or where you know it'll get the sun, and then let it dry, and then this will all dry hard with the salt in there, and then it will be super shiny, beautiful in the sun. So you can paint just anything that you want. This is just a snake because we're doing snakes in the kit that you got. But I hope that you enjoy this technique and use it for drawing other things.